There is a growing mystery that's now extended across the country. Swarms of drones, some the size of small cars, have been flying at night over parts of New Jersey and New York. And yesterday, a sighting in California over a high-ranking military meeting.
What's going on in America? Why doesn't our government tell us what's going on in these skies? Is this the military doing active military things? Then let us know.
They're 2 feet bigger than our drones, or 2 times the size rather, so they're about 4 feet, and it looks like it's a fixed wing type craft. What concerns us mostly is that at this point nobody's seen any of these units taking off or landing.
This is a significant threat to U.S. national security.
Drones flying at night in formation. One report says when an official aircraft approached one set one night, the lights on the drones went dark. And last night, 49 additional sightings were reported, including 20 in Hunterdon County.
It is concerning when you've got these literal UFOs flying every single night. And Marky, they're huge. These are not like your
look at this video.
6 feet across in some cases.
This is crazy.
The mood is more concerned now than before. But what I've said is that if this is something nefarious, then we should be even more concerned that the FBI, Homeland Security don't know what it is.
That is not an airplane.
It's the latest in a string of mysterious drone sightings posted on social media that has residents worried. And this morning, the FBI is investigating.
They're just pacing back and forth, going very slow.
It would be very difficult for a small business or even a medium-sized business to have the ability to pilot a large group of these and be this systematic over a long period of time.
And today, a large drone seen here, also described as the size of a small vehicle, flying over a California event where Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin was in attendance.
Diane Atkins says she first heard a roaring noise and then looked out her window in Bay Ridge to see these lights, several in the sky near the Verrazano Bridge. She believes they are all drones.
Cassie was an ordinary 15-year-old high school girl leading a normal life with her parents Oliver, Lisa, and her younger brother Sam. However, everything changed when enigmatic alien spaceships descended and hovered above the Earth. Humans refer to these visitors as the Others. The Others initiated the first wave that eradicated all electrical power on the planet, led to countless deaths as planes crashed from the sky. In the second wave, devastating earthquakes and destructive tsunamis ravaged coastal cities, claiming even more lives. For the third wave, the Others employed genetic manipulation to modify the avian flu. The trio makes their way to a camp for survivors. A large cloud of dust appears, revealing a group of military men in vans led by Colonel Vosh. The children are gathered and sent on a bus to a safe location. Cassie rushes off the bus to retrieve it, but the buses start driving away before she can make it back. Vosh informs the adults that the fourth wave has begun. This revelation incites anger and panic among the adults. Gunfight ensues, resulting in the deaths of nearly all the adults, including Oliver. Cassie mourns her father's loss and decides to continue her journey alone.
Crazy, right? What the fuck? What is that?
Shalom. Call for Lord YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH. That's giving all praise to the Most High. In the name of His only begotten Son, in the name of the Holy Spirit. Double honors to our teachers, the elders, and apostles, great millstone, who taught us His truth and sincerity, peace and salutations to the hopeful scattered abroad. Shalom 244,000. It's going to be a quick video. I just want to speak on this whole drone thing with the UFOs and Jersey and all this other crazy stuff. And now we know that, there is a such thing as chariots. Okay, in the Holy Bible, the Lord's coming back in a magnificent, huge, all right, gigantic chariot. But then you have Esau, who has plans to deceive the masses. All right, he has a plan to deceive the masses, and I just find it a little weird that all this, all of a sudden these drones are popping up everywhere. They're saying how they're making noises, and people just flat out calling them drones. But they're flying over, government buildings, nuclear sites. They're flying over the houses of these government officials. And I think that this is all kind of, strange to me. But, you got to understand that we're in a time of great deception. All right. And your government, the elites they're about to deceive the masses on a whole nother level. All right, that's what they're planning to do, is to deceive the majority of these people. As you see people running, this was from Lil Uzi. This was from a few weeks ago as well. You had a Lil Uzi Vert spaceship has landed in New York, which this was him promoting his album, I guess, or something like that, promoting an album. And this is a hologram, okay? And there's such thing called Project Bluebeam, which I got that right here. Let me see. I want to read this. It says, Bluebeam is a project made by NASA to bring in the one world order. All right. Their plan is to fake an alien invasion, which they're calling this an alien invasion now. They're saying how they're going to have they're going to declare a national emergency. It says their plan is to fake an alien invasion by using an advanced holographic and mind control low frequency technologies. This will also be used to display life through holograms and 3D images in the sky around the world, to display religious figures so they can bring in one world religion. Paper money will be removed and cryptocurrency will be implanted, which is really going to be the M0TB. It says, instead, you will own nothing. Through fear and fake alien invasion will help to push one world government in the name of unity. All these events are prepositions to make people ready for the coming of and they say Antichrist, which there's many Antichrists. But the point is, I don't think that these so-called drones they're seeing are UFOs. Or holographs. Maybe those are actual, government, issued vessels. Okay. But the point of the matter is, the point I'm trying to make in this video is that Esau, he is about to deceive the masses on a whole nother level. All right. Now we know that the Lord is going to come in ships, and it's going to be, a magnificent thing when the Lord deliver His elect with ships. But I believe before that happens, as you read, there's a plan to cause mass fear, just like they did with the C9, to get people to, fall in line with their new world order. Okay, their one world government. I thought it was weird how just a few weeks ago too, I did a video on it, how the Congress had a meeting about these ships, and they were, talking about it, and it was made public. All these things, the timing of it is very weird, but it was said that they're planning on doing this whole Project Bluebeam, thing before the end of 2024, and here we are in the last month, of 2024. So, this is something just to stay spiritual about. Keep your eyes open. All right, don't be deceived by what you see. Your eyes can play tricks on you. All right, so Esau, they're definitely moving. All right, and I was telling the brothers last night, I wouldn't be surprised if New Year's, New Year's Day or whatever, or New Year's night, whatever, while everybody's looking up, they, do this whole thing where they put on a show, and a lot of people are going to be fooled by it. If you're not, in the spirit, it's going to take you, man. A lot of people are, and just like this right here in this video, you see people, they looking up, they running, they acting crazy, I'm play it real quick. They start running and stuff, These people are sheep. They have no mind for their own. Their minds are easily controlled. Okay, and we're going to see more of this as days goes on. This is all part of Esau bringing out his master plan. All right, so let's grab a few precepts real quick. I'll start off with Matthew chapter 24, verse 20. Let me get right to the point. Verse 21, it says, let me grab in the NLT. It says, for there will be greater anguish than at any time since the world began, and it will never be so great again. And Esau has the technology to make, hell on earth. Okay, and it's going to be worse than any time in history. It says, in fact, unless that time of calamity is shortened, not a single person will survive, but it will be shortened for the sake of God's chosen ones, or the elect. All right, the elect. It's all about the elect. That's who the Lord is dealing with. Everybody else, you're going to be deceived. You're going to be, caught up in this, web of deception. Okay, what's that saying? Oh, what a tangle web we weave when at first we practice to deceive. And that's what Esau is doing. He's trying to deceive you. Another good movie to watch is The Fifth Wave. Go watch the movie The Fifth Wave. All right, and they showed you how, it was a massive ship, hovering over. Then there was a EMP plane start falling out of the sky. And not to give the movie away, it's an older movie, but you should watch it. It's called The Fifth Wave. In the end of the movie, they found out that it was actually the government that was, faking an alien invasion. They had people thinking they had aliens, in them. And then they had soldiers in that movie. They made, they turned the kids into soldiers, and they was implanting them with the M0TB, which made them see normal people as aliens. Okay, you see? So this thing is deep, man. This is why we got to be mindful of the times we're in. Scripture says, be circumspect. It says, in fact, unless the time of calamity is shortened. What I read that part. Let's go down. Then if anyone tells you, look, here is a Messiah, or there he is, don't believe it. Right? Don't believe it. They're gonna come out with a bunch of deceptions. It says, for false messiahs and false prophets will rise up and perform great signs and wonders, so as to deceive, if possible, even God's chosen ones. And in the KJV it says, for there shall arise false anointeds and false prophets, and shall shew great signs and wonders, insomuch that if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect. All right, so it's not possible. If it were possible, they're going to see the elect, but it's not possible. So whoever the elect are, you're going to be able to read through all this madness, man. You're going to be able to see that, this ain't that. And we've seen chariots plenty of times. We see chariots all the time at camp. I got videos on my page where I showed you brothers be at camp, and one time we was at camp, and it was a string of chariots flying over us. They was coming in formation one by one, flying over in a straight line. They didn't break the ranks. That right there shows you that the Lord is real, and in those, what they call UFOs, UAPs, those ships are the angels. But in Esau, he has a technology where he wants to try to manipulate or fabricate that, and for his purpose. You see, one thing about this devil is he loves to control the narrative. That's why I think it's weird too with this whole drone thing, because nobody knows. You gotta be out your fucking mind. This devil who loves to control the narrative, he doesn't know what these things are. They're flying over nuclear sites and military infrastructures, and they're not getting shot down. This is bullshit. You see? So I just thought that was interesting, man. Scripture says both the deceiver and the deceived are his. Okay? And the Lord is about to deceive a lot of these people, man. All right, but let me grab this real quick. Okay, because in this time, it's important that brothers are on there, and you sisters, you on your P's and Q's, that you are, watching. Scripture says, watch as well as pray. All right, it says, Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time, because the days are evil. Wherefore, be ye not unwise, but understanding what the will of the Lord is. And the Lord is not going to come with his the host of heaven until not just thermonuclear missiles are shot off, but also the M0TB is established. You see? So anything before that, if you see an alien invasion before that, that means that what? Esau is doing something, man. All right, and like I said, it's all crazy timing that they're doing all this after they just had this congressional meeting about UFOs or UAPs, Lil Uzi Vert just dropped this, just had did this hologram in the sky in New York. These drones just happen to be flying over, particular spots where they can, get a certain level of attention. It's all weird, man. But we understand what time it is. We understand exactly what's going on through the spirit of YAHAWASHI, and through water YAHAWASHI for giving us the spirit of discernment to be able to see through Esau's bullshit. Because he's going to come with a lot of bullshit in these last days. He's going to come with a lot of deceptions, a lot of, hoopla. And don't fall for it. Shalom, commercial, love, Baba.
Started to change from like white lights. They started to get like more like reddish green blinking lights. There had to be in total 10, maybe 12 of these things. And some of them came closer. They went over my building. You could hear the whir of the motor. They seemed pretty large.
Any chance they could be planes?
Absolutely not. Definitely not planes. And there were too many of them. There's no way planes could fly that close together.
Still, no one seems to know exactly what is going on.
It's highly unusual, Walter.
Maureen Rush is a 45-year law enforcement veteran and president of the Philadelphia Police Foundation. She says it's important to note that many of the sightings include commercial-grade drones, some as large as small airplanes, not the kinds used by hobbyists. Her other concern
is there are multiple drone sightings, and they're almost in a flock. You know, if they were geese, they would be in a flock. And that's what's really unnerving for people.
And the sightings seem to be spreading.
This is the third time that it's come around.
With large drones reportedly in the sky around Philadelphia.
Look at it!
The mysterious flying objects preventing a medical helicopter from landing to pick up a car crash victim.
Jonathan Lace, a pilot himself, shot this shocking video overnight of multiple car-sized drones near the Essex County, New Jersey airport. So concerned by what he saw, he contacted the FAA.
What's been probably the most alarming thing to you?
As a pilot, I can tell you that, when you're about to land, the last thing you want to see is something hovering in front of you.
It's difficult to kind of wrap your head around. They're no threat, but we don't know what they're there for or who's piloting.
The buzz about these aircraft started last week and spilled into the weekend.
That's huge.
Doug McLaughlin shared these videos of the unusual activity seen from his Marlton backyard.
Saturday night, we were sitting outside by the fire, and there they appeared.
Is there ever a question in your mind if these are actually just planes?
No, the flight path above our house has been the same probably for years. So they're not following the regular flight path for the planes going to the airport.
These are apparently as I understand it, very sophisticated. The minute you get eyes on them, they go dark. We're obviously most concerned about sensitive targets and sensitive critical infrastructure. So we've got military assets, we've got utility assets, we've got the president-elect's one of his homes here.
Sightings also now being reported in New York City. Staten Island Borough President Vito Fossella calling on the FAA and FBI to expand their investigation.
People have seen a number of 15-foot or so wingspan drones hovering around. In this day and age, I just don't think that that's something you take lightly. If it is nothing to be concerned about, someone should come forward and say that.
Residents alarmed by the number of sightings.
One would go over, and then the next one would come, and then the next one, and the next one. So it wasn't like there would be 20 coming at one time.
Look what's back again. Same spot as last night.
Meanwhile, more sightings of the large drones continue to proliferate social media. New Jersey resident Michael Marciano capturing these images on Saturday.
Coming right above my house.
The FBI not commenting on the drone activity to NBC News, but setting up a tip line for people to report any sightings.
It's moving really fast now.
Growing concern as the mystery in the sky continues.
See, Trump National Golf Club isn't far from the Picatinny Arsenal military base in northern New Jersey. Now, some thought the military base may be behind the drones, but the base tells Fox News, quote, "While the source and cause of these aircraft operating in our area remain unknown, we can confirm that they are not the result of any Picatinny Arsenal-related activities."
It looks like a spaceship.
From near Bedminster, the location of President Trump's golf course, to Monmouth County, where the sheriff's office has made this map of reported sightings.
Characteristic triangle lights underneath.
To Morris County, where 21 mayors signed a letter voicing their concerns to New Jersey's Governor Murphy.
We don't see any concern for public safety. Having said that, it's really frustrating that we don't have more answers as to where they're coming from.
Well, even more large drone sightings reported over parts of New Jersey this weekend, including near President-elect Trump's golf course in Bedminster. Though you see one of the drones caught the other night.
I do not believe it's the U.S. military, and if it is, and if they're doing exercises, shame on them for the disorganized way they are doing it. I don't believe it is them. I am hopeful it is not a foreign adversary, yet I do worry about that.
Where people are talking about this as far reported as Connecticut, all the way down here to the Philadelphia area, these drone sightings. And we are not talking about small toy-like drones that people would use for hobbies, but commercial grade drones, reportedly some the size of a small school bus or a small airplane. And neighbors are reportedly seeing these drones flying at night or in the early morning hours in flocks and at low altitude. altitudes. Neighbors reported being woken up by a buzzing sound, and officials don't have any answers.
Murphy said yesterday in Princeton that he's been on the phone with top officials in the Biden administration and DHS trying to get answers. He says he needs more from them.
An FAA spokesperson tells CBS News Philadelphia the drone activity was first reported in North Jersey back on November 18th. Evesham police shared they're investigating the questionable aircrafts, adding several responded over Medford, Mount Laurel, and Cherry Hill.
So roughly a dozen counties in New Jersey have now had reports of drone sightings, but this mystery first began in Morris County, New Jersey, back in mid-November, and it sparked concern because of the area's proximity to President-elect Donald Trump's National Golf Club in Bedminster and Picatinny Arsenal, a military manufacturing facility. But as of this weekend, the sightings have spread.
It's on all the township news pages on Facebook and everything. People are taking pictures.
I'm going to keep my eyes to the sky. I'm watching anyway. I do that anyway, especially at nighttime.
After speaking with local officials and federal officials, we can tell you we have no idea what's going on.
So 60 seconds left. I know the governor says, there's nothing for the public to be concerned about right now. How can he say that when you don't have a lot of information? Right. And also, do you think they know more than they're letting on, Bill?
100%. I'm not so sure our governor knows more, because I don't know if the federal government trusts him with information that they don't want to get out there. But that said, absolutely, the FBI, Homeland Security, the military, they must know more, because these things are flying on and around military bases. There would be no way to get into those restricted zones without being shot down by the government or stopped at some level. So they definitely know more. I think they owe it to the American people to let us know what is going on.